Welcome, everybody. Welcome to that CBD show. This is fantastic. Really, it's been a neat process to get here, and we've got our logo up here, our new logo that's been put together for the show. And I definitely want to, before we get into anything, I want to thank John Gaston for all of his hard work and efforts and working on the show and working on the production and putting everything together for us to be here. I think it's kind of exciting that we got a show going. This is going to be a weekly show where we're going to spend about 30 minutes every week. We're going to be talking about CBD. We're going to be talking about the health benefits of it. We're going to be talking about the industry. We're going to have special guests on. If and when you're watching this, it's at 7 p.m. Hour Eastern Time on WeBeam TV. So we're just super excited, and I guess being that this is the first show, so thank you, John, officially and formally, thank you. And we love our logo, we love the tie-dye there, and that is the hemp plant.
That is the hemp plant, right?
To be crystal clear, that's the hemp plant that's up there, and that's primarily what we talk about. But you know, we're going to be covering a lot of things in these shows. So, but since this is our first show, although we have done some programming before, we do have an hour-long program that we've filmed before, where we got into some pretty good detail as far as what we were working on and kind of how we got involved in the business, and you know what brought us to be sitting here today on the CBD show. But we're going to cover down a little bit on that for everybody, since it is our first show, and just talk a little bit about just our story a little bit, why and how we got to the point where we're sitting here today at the CBD show. So thanks for joining us, and so to talk about that a little bit, I guess for us it's been...
You introduce us.
Introduce us?
Yeah. Who are we?
That's a very good point. So I'm Drew Burkhead. Nice to meet you. And this is Christy Burkhead.
Hi.
Husband and wife team. And so and we work in the CBD industry together, and we have a lot of fun with it. We've had a great time with it, and it's been a really interesting journey. If you would have told us 2 years ago that we'd be sitting here in these chairs talking about this, we wouldn't believe you. We didn't really know anything. Well, 2 years ago, I guess we had found some CBD in Colorado, and that really kind of leads us into
how we got started in this.
Yeah, because our daughter was going through some things that, well, I don't know. I guess maybe you can best describe what some of the things were that she was going through, and the reason to find a natural product to help with her.
Yeah, so we had a daughter who had some female issues that were causing her a lot of pain, a lot of problems, and we'd been to every doctor on the planet and had every test run, and there was really nothing that they could do for her. It wasn't anything that was life-threatening or even unusual, but for her it was causing her a lot of pain. So at about 14 years old, they offered to put her on opioids. And I said, absolutely not. We're not doing that. So I started searching for something natural that could help her. Led me to Colorado and to purchase our first bottle of CBD oil. It did have some THC in it, and that was just a minor consequence of it, and it did help her a little bit. Not much, but it did help her a little bit. But it wasn't something I could let her take before going to school. It made her a little sleepy and that sort of thing. So fast forward to a couple of years later, and Drew's best friend, a doctor in Indiana, called us. He had been having some issues with his neck, a lot of pain that was actually going to cause him to have to shut down his medical practice. He found a product called Ultracell that was a powerful CBD that did not have THC, or that had less than 0.0% THC. And he was super excited about it, and he sent it down to us. We gave it to our daughter, and for her, it was overnight. She's a power lifter. She had some injuries. Her pain was gone instantly, and the female issues she was having were instantly fixed. So for us, it was just wonderful, and that led us to where we are today. That was the start.
Yeah, when we first got introduced to that, it was really you were doing the research, and you had found
of course it was.
That CBD. Hey, I do some research. No, hats off. You know, you had found that, and then when we for me, I didn't really put two and two together of what that CBD was when we were when we found that and found that in Colorado. I obviously trusted you that you were researching and you kind of came into that, but I never really put two and two together what that was,
right?
How much that could impact health for somebody. And I guess maybe it was because we had it and it did some things good for her, but it didn't really take care of everything good for her. And so maybe that's why I just didn't really pay attention to what that was. And it wasn't really until Dr. Ferris, Jeremy, our friend, my friend and very close friend, and he's in Indiana, when he did reach out and ask us if we knew about CBD, I remember that I said no. That I didn't even recall that we had it. And of course, at that time, Hurricane Irma was coming through, and our heads and minds and hands were a little occupied with getting ready for that. And I remember being on the phone with him, getting ready for that storm. And I probably wouldn't have taken another person's call had it not been friend or family like that. And I hadn't spoken with Jeremy in a while. But it really was that call that kind of made me, that was the start, really, for me, of starting to understand what CBD was. When he said, let me take a look at what you got from Colorado. And I gave him all the details. I took a picture of the product that we had. Now, remember, that was like $250 or something
for a little
like
tiny
that
bottle about like that big.
Yeah. So, but we didn't care. I mean, whatever works naturally, that's what works. So, but anyways, it was when with that phone call, that's when it really started to sink in with me what CBD was, because it really started the whole process of let's try this new product that he sent down, and so he told us everything. He looked at the product that we had. He told us all the things that were good about it, and told us all the things that weren't good about it, and sent this new product down. So, but we'll cover that a little bit more. I think we're going to run to a commercial break.
We're going to take a little break for some housekeeping, and then when we come back, we'll talk about exactly what CBD is and just a little bit more in general about what we're going to have on the show.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Trisha up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to That CBD Show. I am Christy Burkhead, and with me is my husband Drew Burkhead. We left the last segment talking a little bit about how we became advocates for CBD, and Drew was telling the story about how that all got started. I'm going to let him finish telling that story.
Yeah, just to, I guess just to kind of continue where we left off was that we left off with Jeremy sending us this product down from Indiana, and really introducing that to us, and really shedding light on the CBD and shedding light on what it was that we had, and what some of those maybe issues, for lack of a better word, was with what we had, and all the features specifically of this Ultracell product specifically. And you'll hear us speak to that quite often, because it's such an industry leader in CBD. But we'll get there later on. Mostly it was, when he sent that product down to us, and then we used it with Lily, we saw such tremendous results. In fact,
really
it was, I'd say 100%, but it was 110% of results, because it took care of what she was going through naturally without side effects. Took care of all that, but more things happened, and so better things happened. Her sleep improved, and then she exerts herself quite a bit in the athletic world, and recovery times, and just lots of different things that with her physically just really kind of came into play. So it really was a night and day difference from what we were using before, and with that's what really stopped us in our tracks. And then he sent down a whole bunch of product to us, and he said,
I think he was on a mission.
Share it with your friends and family, as you do. I mean, if you come across something that is so versatile, because we're humans. I mean, we have physical issues, we have mental issues, and
some of us do.
Yeah, and so we'll kind of break apart how CBD can impact all of that, but the short story is that it does. It impacts all of those things. So we started to do that. We started to share the product with some friends and families, and I think we picked some of the most rickety friends that we knew, with shoulder issues or joint issues or what have you, and said, hey, try this.
Hopefully they're not watching right now.
And well, nobody's named, but said, try this and let us know what you think or what your response was. And we got reactions within like 24 hours and 48 hours. Man, this stuff has really helped my joints, helped my pain, helped my sleep. So then it was explained to us that there was an opportunity that we could get involved in distribution with this. And because I know, like, and trust my friend, and we talked about all the opportunities that are in Florida, for this, and we started to study the industry, and then we started to study the endocannabinoid system.
Right,
and
which we're going to talk about.
Yeah, and figure out just
why?
What is this CBD doing? What's it doing to interact with the body? Because I think we probably all fall into that marketing pit where you have so much coming at you, where you're sort of numb, and you think you have to take something that's going to take care of something else. For example, can I take this pill for that?
Right.
We're trained to kind of, what is this specifically going to do for that? And what we found in our study and ourselves is that there's something in our body called the endocannabinoid system. And if you're at home, you don't have to try to pronounce that. We just call it the ECS.
We will call it the ECS from now on.
Yeah.
The endocannabinoid system is hard to say.
I'm trying to kind of bake this message into a little bit about the story of ourselves, and then blend into, what the ECS system is. So we studied this, we discovered this, we didn't know it existed, and it's a very integral system that's inside the body. I mean, once we started to research this, it really just opened up this whole new world of what this system is in the body. We discovered that not very many people know about this system. We discovered that only there was a survey done, and only 13% of the medical schools, 157 medical schools, I believe, in the country, only about 13% of them
even talk about it,
even mention this system in the body. And then from going back to looking at it from a business aspect, we got involved because we started to understand here's this really powerful thing happening inside the body that not very many people know about, and this system can be treated or worked with a natural plant with no side effects, and many if not all, just don't know what that solution is, or that there's a solution there. So I learned very early on that the more people that you can help in the world, in life, with yourself, the more people you can reach, the more prosperity for all, the more success for all that you can do. So I think we just really saw this as an opportunity for what it did for us and what it did for our family and Lily. And then, of course, we started to get on the product, not knowing what it was or what the potentials were going to be.
Right.
I know you had.
Right. No, for me it was over several weeks. I started taking the product, and it took a couple weeks, and then I noticed that my sleep had improved immensely, and I had a severe case of tennis elbow. And after just a couple of weeks on the product, my tennis elbow pain went from an 8 to probably a 4. And after 6 months, it's healed. It's gone. But I think we should probably take the time now maybe to talk a little bit about how they discovered this simple little hemp plant interacting with the body, and the ECS, and how that became named in the human body. I think that's pretty interesting for people to understand.
Sure.
And I can do that.
35 years ago?
About 35 years ago, some physicians in Israel were studying what cannabis, or what happens in the body when a person smokes pot. And in studying that, they found a series of receptors in the brain and spinal cord, and they named them after cannabis. They named these receptors CB receptors, or cannabinoid receptors, in the body. And after more research, they found that on the cellular level in every system in our body, and that's the endocrine system, the digestive system, the cardiovascular system, every system in the body has these receptors that are designed to receive this cannabis plant. So that really was intriguing for us, and I think when we come back, we'll probably talk maybe a little bit more in detail about that system and how it came to be named, and we're going to go take care of more housekeeping issues, and look forward to talking to everybody when we come back.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Trisha up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're in our final segment of the show. This first show. I'm Drew Burkhead, Christy Burkhead. We are husband and wife team, and we are just charging the world and letting everybody know about CBD on this that CBD show.
Right.
So we're going to continue the conversation a little bit on the ECS. We were talking about that.
So these physicians in Israel that I was referencing in the last segment were studying what cannabis does to the body when a person ingests it. So that is how the series
could
of
just watch
receptors,
them.
they could,
Yeah.
right? But the series of receptors throughout the body got their name, and these scientists and doctors gave the system in the body the name the endocannabinoid system. So we actually have a system in our body that is designed to receive a cannabis-based product, which is just amazing to me. So I guess, from there, that's why we can start to see so many varied benefits with CBD, and why something from the hemp plant then could be ingested into the body, and supplementing this ECS system would bring balance and homeostasis, if you will, to every system in the body. It's why we're seeing help with PTSD and diabetes, and we're seeing help with all sorts of issues that people are having just with one simple product, because it does connect with something that's connected to every system in the human body.
Yeah. I mean, there's a good probability you can speak with your doctor and he's not going to know what the ECS
Absolutely
system.
not. Right. Because it's so new. 30 years in medical science is infancy. So right now, not a lot of people know that this system in the body even exists. And that's really exciting, and that's why we're here on the show. And I think, we're going to talk more and more about the differences in something that's derived from hemp and something that's derived from marijuana. They are very similar, but they are not the same. They're related, but they're not the same.
Right.
We're going to discuss all the benefits and the things that can happen when someone gets on a regular regimen of CBD. But we're also going to talk about legal issues that come up with the growing of hemp, and things that are happening in our government right now, things that we're pushing for and watching for. So that's very exciting. We'll talk a lot about that.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing, let's say we're not hippies. You know what I mean? We're not pushing.
No.
These things out. What we're doing is really, I think, with this show, is we're going to try to really break down some barriers, probably some misunderstandings, some confusion, because I know we come across that a lot, where we still get a lot of questions like, is that pot? Is it going to get me high?
Am I going to get in trouble having this? That sort of thing.
Right, right.
Do I need a prescription?
Right.
All those kinds of questions.
Right. They're all important questions. I mean, that's where we're at with this. Now, some interesting things is that some may or may not know this, that, CBD is not just now being discovered. I mean, you're seeing it on signs in front of gas stations.
Everywhere.
Lord knows what is in those things. But it's not new. It's something that's been around. Honestly, I don't know the date. I should have it memorized. But I have read that in Chinese literature, there's written words about hemp specifically, and it's some of the first words about anything that's been used as something to consume to help with the body.
Right.
So, I mean, it's been around since then. And then you can do some research as well. And we always recommend anything that we're talking about on this show, give it, if you're interested and you want to do more, Google. Even though your physician may not know about the ECS system, if you go online and just start to type in the endocannabinoid system, the ECS system, and look that up, you're going to find a lot of information about that. And that's just something I know. When we talk to people, we want to kind of get that info out there first, that exists. There's a reason why CBD is working. And now back to that point about not being new, Eli Lilly, weren't they, in the 30s?
Right, I think it was 1938 that Eli Lilly had the first CBD drug. At first, it wasn't really a drug then. They were using CBD, they were using cannabis, or they were using hemp, something. And they were using it to treat morning sickness in pregnant women. And the problem with a drug company like that is that they found that in giving it to these women, it was also helping lots of other things that these women had going on that they weren't expecting. So they immediately pulled the whole research project, because a drug company they only want to produce something that's going to treat one thing. So they ended up pulling it, but that's 1938. So we know that research on this has been going on for a long time. It's just that the pharmaceutical companies can't patent the hemp plant, so they have to have something that just treats one thing. And CBD in a full spectrum treats lots of different things, or helps lots of different things.
Yeah, those are definitely some things we want to cover down on. I mean, so, and then of course laws changed in the 30s, and then things became illegal, and everything kind of got classified as illegal, and a lot of time was wasted, a lot of good use that a product like CBD could have done. So now there's a different temperature in the world we're in, and a different temperature in this country, and there's some rules and regs changing. And it's not that the CBD has to necessarily change, because it's within legal limits, but I think it's opening up, everything.
It is, and that's something else we'll really get into in every episode of the show. We'll have a topic, whether it be legal or health related, or we bring on a guest to talk about what CBD has done for them, or what a doctor might find that it's done in his practice for his patients. We'll have episodes where we really drill down in this and discuss every little detail about CBD in general. Yeah,
exciting.
I know, we're really looking forward to it. We're so glad that everyone is joining us. We're looking forward to this journey with everyone.
Yeah. We'll catch you next time with a special guest, and looking forward to diving into some of these issues. There's a lot of neat things happening.
Right, absolutely. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.